Assalamualaikum everyone. My name is Huzaifah Ahmed and I'm from Rehan School Korangi campus. It's been around a month since I have joined it, and for your reference, my age is 17 years. Today I am going to discuss a very inspiring and creative topic, the art of storytelling and how to captivate and inspiring others with Muneeba Crafts Wali. Assalamualaikum Muneeba, how are you?
Welcome, Islam. I am fine. And how are you?
Alhamdulillah, I'm fine too. So, first, let's introduce what we're going to talk about today, storytelling. It is one of the most powerful ways to communicate with people. Stories are not just for entertainment, they help us share emotions, experiences, lessons, and ideas in a really meaningful way. A powerful story can inspire people, change perspectives, and create emotional connections that remain in our hearts for a long, long time. Especially in today's world, storytelling is important in education, leadership, social media, public speaking, and even daily communication. Great storytellers know how to capture attention, touch emotions, and inspire positive change. To make this discussion more interesting and meaningful, I have invited you. So let's begin our interview. Welcome to our program, and we are very happy to have you here, Muniba. Please introduce yourself to our audience.
Thank you so much for inviting me. My name is Muneeba Crafts Wali and also known and I am passionate about storytelling, communication skills, and public speaking. I strongly believe that storytelling is one of the most powerful skills a person can develop because stories have the ability to inspire people, teach lessons, spread awareness, and create emotional connections. I am excited to share my thoughts and experience with everyone today.
All right. So why don't you start by telling us what exactly is storytelling in simple words?
Okay, storytelling is the art of sharing ideas, emotions, experience, or lesson thought story in a way that captures people's attentions and imaginations. It is not only about speaking or writing, but about creating a connection with the audience. A good story makes people feel emotions, understand situations, and remember important messages for a long time.
All right. That was explained very well. Now, why is storytelling important in our lives overall?
Nice questions. Okay. Storytelling is important because it helps people communicate in a meaningful and emotional ways. Since childhood, we learn values, morals, and life lessons. Thought stories inspires us, interacts, and helpful us understand different experience and perspectives. They also strengthen communication and build emotional connections between people.
All right. Now, how can storytelling inspire people?
Storytelling inspires people by showing real struggles, challenges, and achievements. When people hear stories about courage, hope, or success, they feel motivated and believe they can also overcome difficulties in their own lives. Inspirational stories encourage people to stay positive and never give up.
All right. Now, something I have noticed is why do people remember stories more than facts?
Okay. People remember stories more because stories create emotions and imaginations. Facts alone may be forgotten quickly, by stories make information meaningful and memorable. When emotions are involved, the human brain remembers things for a long time.
Okay. Now, why don't you tell me what exactly makes a story powerful and engaging?
Okay, right. A powerful story usually has strong emotions, relatable and characters, interesting situations, and a meaningful lessons. It also includes suspense, excitement, and honestly. When people feel emotionally connected to a story, they naturally become more interested and engaged.
Okay. Can storytelling really improve communication skills overall?
Yes, of course, storytelling generally improves communication skills because it helps people express their thoughts clearly, speak confidently, and connect better with others. Storytelling also improves creativity, listening skills, and the ability to explain ideas in a simple and interesting way.
Okay, now let's talk about education. How can storytelling help students in education?
Education. Storytelling helps students improve creativity, imagination, confidence, and understanding. Lessons become more interesting and easier to remember when teachers explain concepts, thought stories. It also encourages students to participate to participate actively in class discussions.
All right, you told me about the students. Now, why not ask about teachers? Why is storytelling useful for teachers overall?
Teachers can use storytelling to make classrooms more interactive and enjoyable. Story captures students' attention and help explain difficult concepts in simple ways. Students learn better when lessons are connected with emotions and real life examples.
All right, what role does confidence play in storytelling?
Confidence. Confidence is very important and is storytelling because it helps the speaker connect with the audience effectively. A confident storyteller speaks clearly, expresses emotions naturally, and keeps the audience interested. Even a simple story can become powerful when told with confidence.
Okay, now how does body language improve storytelling?
Body language. Body language makes storytelling more expressive and realistic. Facial expressions, hand gestures, eye contact, and movement help audience understand emotions better. Good body language keeps silencers engaged and makes the story feel alive.
Okay, we talked about confidence and body language. Now, another thing that came to my mind is voice tone. Why exactly is voice tone important in storytelling?
Voice tone creates emotions and excitement in a story. A storyteller who changes tone according to emotions can make the audience feel happiness, sadness, suspense, or inspirations. A dull voice can make even a good story boring.
Okay, let's talk about qualities. What qualities, make someone a really great storyteller?
Storyteller, a great storyteller in confident, experience, creative, and emotionally connected to the audience. They know how to capture attention, explain ideas clearly, and make listeners feel involved in the story.
Okay, one question that kept confusing me was that can shy people become good storytellers?
Yes, absolutely right. And of course, shy people can become excellent storytellers with practice and confidence building. Storytelling is a skill that improves over time. The more a person practices speaking and sharing stories, the more confident they become.
All right. Now let's talk about the ones who are starting their storytelling skills. I'm talking about the beginners. How can those beginners improve their own storytelling skills by themselves?
Beginners can improve by practicing regularly, reading books, apps, observing experienced speakers and learning how to express emotions naturally, recording practice seasons, and speaking in front of a small audience also helps improve confidence.
All right. Now, is imagination by any means important in storytelling?
Yes, of course, imagination is one of the most important parts of storytelling. It helps storytellers create interesting situations, unique characters, and emotional experience that attract the audience attention.
All right. Now, why don't you tell me how can storytelling motivate the students?
Yes, motivational stories encourage students to work hard, believe in themselves, and stay hopeful during difficult times. Stories about successful people and their struggles inspire students to never give up on their dreams.
All right. I've heard there is a emotional connection thing related to storytelling. So, how does storytelling really create emotional connection in someone?
Okay, nice questions. Emotional connections. Stories create emotional connections by allowing people to relate to experience and emotions. When listeners see themselves in a story, they feel connected to the speaker and the message becomes more meaningful.
All right. Can storytelling help leaders inspire people among them?
Inspire people, yes. Storytelling is a powerful leadership skill. Great leaders use stories to motivate teams, explain visions, and build trust. Stories make leadership's message more human and relatable.
Okay, now let's talk about the fixes and common mistakes that the people, especially beginners and students, make. And most of them don't even know what mistakes they are making. So, why don't you tell me what are the common mistakes storytellers often make?
Some common mistakes include speaking too fast, giving too many necessary details, lacking emotions, and not making eye contact with the audience. These mistakes can reduce audience interest, and all shows, all movies are boring.
Okay, I want you to tell me the secrets of how can storytellers keep the audiences interested.
Storytellers can keep audience interested by using emotions, suspense, creativity, expressions, and relatable experience. Speaking naturally and confidently also helps maintain attention.
Okay, nowadays I've heard, and you also know, social media is really common. So, is storytelling in any way important in social media in the era of today?
Yeah, of course. Yes, storytelling is extremely important on social media. Content creators and influencers use storytelling to connect emotionally with audience and make their content memorable and engaging.
All right, let's talk about society. Can storytelling spread awareness by any means in the society?
Absolutely, of course. Stories can spread awareness about social issues, inspire kindness, and encourage positive change. People understand serious topics better when they are explained through emotional stories.
All right. Now, what advice would you give to the future storytellers of this generation?
My personal advice, and I give you all audience, my advice is to practice regularly, stay confident, speak naturally, and tell stories from the heart. Genius motions always create stronger impact.
All right, Muneeba, last and final message. Your final message. Why don't you tell us about the storytelling?
Okay. Of course, my final message to everyone has a unique story worth sharing. Storytelling is not just about speaking well, it's about inspiring hearts, teaching lessons, and creating meaningful connections. A powerful story can change perspective, motivated people, and leave a lasting impact on the world. Thank you.
All right. Thank you so much for sharing such valuable thoughts and inspiring ideas with us today. We learned that storytelling is a powerful skill that can inspire people, build confidence, spread awareness, and create multiple emotional connections. Stories have the power to educate minds and touch hearts in a way that facts alone never can. Thank you everyone for watching and listening. Allah Hafiz and have a wonderful day.
Yeah,